Welcome back, everybody. It's tractorchute here for game 2 of this wonderful Monday holiday, or at least it's a holiday in Canada. I don't know if it is everywhere else in the world, but it is a holiday up here, so everybody's got the day off. I do have to work, though, but we'll get one more going here. In the upper right-hand corner is the red Protoss. It is the man we've come to know and love. It is SONTHEEVES playing for Team HERRO, the man that plays for every clan in the world, it feels like here. So Team HERRO will be his clan this time. In the upper left-hand corner is the blue Terran. It is simply Side. I don't know Side of what, or maybe Side is his actual name, or maybe it's Sid. Or he misspelled the name Sid. Who knows? But either way, it'll be Side versus SONTHEEVES here. Should be a doozer here. And if we pull it up here, should be able to judge right off the bat. Yes, 144, 160, 200, 276. Wowzer, look at these guys go here. So both these guys we do know are a higher type level than bronze and silver here, I would have to imagine. Maybe I would do know SONTHEEVES is a high diamond. And Side, I actually didn't catch what he was here. I would have to imagine he is gold at the very worst. So here we go here. SONTHEEVES is going to get the scout off right off the bat here. Has the probe in for an early scout at the minute 30 mark. Won't get a whole heck of a lot of intel. But does see that there was no gas down and is just getting a standard wall off. He's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. They're going to try and kill the building SCV. Very smart move whenever you are playing against a Terran, as that can be very annoying and force you to pull another SCV off the line. As you see him do, he might actually get the kill on the building SCV. Will be very close. Which would be a fairly good win for him. And he needs about 2 more hits. Cannot get him in at all. He is going to elect to leave that base here. And we'll get scouted at the other side here. Side comes into his base here, and Side will be standing around here and get himself as much intel as he can here. Will he catch the gas on the way out here? Side does. Oh, did he end up? No, does not see the gas. So doesn't see anything other than the fact that there was a gateway going down here. So not a lot of intel. Even seeing that gas really wouldn't help a whole heck of a lot. He is actually going to go up there one more time just so he can catch the timing of the gas, because that is usually the intel you want to get when you are scouting this early here. So does see the one gas. Does see there isn't a second gas here. So that should help him out a little bit there. Realize probably won't get a quick Stargate or anything like that. Usually if you don't have 2 gas fairly early here. Is building a pylon way up in the corner of his base here. Gives him a little bit of extra vision here. And is continuing to harass in that base. Is looking to get that SCV kill. Really wants it. And does get right back in the base. He's trying to get as much intel as he can. Tries to get it. 1 hit away from killing him there. So he does end up going down there. And we do have the 1 Marine on the map here. And Cybercore is going down for SONTHEEVES. So basically 17 to 15. Mule does go down. So both these guys very even at this point in time. Still has the SCV. Able to go up and down one more time here. Will this time see the second gas if he elects to go around there. Does see the Cybercore is going up with the another pylon. Won't tell him a whole heck of a lot. He's going to scout around the outside of the base. Make sure there is no hidden buildings. But does see the pylon. Not that helps him much at all there. And does see the second gas as well. So finally SONTHEEVES has had enough of this scouting here. He's going to try and get rid of this SCV there. There's a Zealot. Zealot should be able to take care of that action. Might not get the kill, but we'll get him out of the base for good. Unless he decides to go over there. Now he might be trapped. Might end up losing an SCV here. He is trying to micro properly. Does a very good job. Good job, SONTHEEVES. He ended up killing off that SCV there. So what is 1 SCV kill? 2 none, I think, if I do remember. Yes. Oh, 1-1. Sorry. So he did end up losing that probe. That is correct. Actually, I did actually watch that. There you go. Command center is going down here. So he's getting a second command center. So going for an early macro heavy game here. Getting stim pack nice and early as well here. So very good job so far with the single gas working for him too here. I have to imagine he's going to get a second and third barracks to follow up pretty quick here, or might just go to a 1-1-1 build, get a factory and a starport up right away here. Second gateway is going down here and is also getting a robo facility. So we're going 2 gateways into a robo facility here, and we'll get 1 more pylon down just to make sure he does not get supply blocked at all here. Both these guys doing a very good job so far here. And there's the second and third barracks right on cue, almost like I've seen this before. Which I promise you I haven't, but it's just a very good guess on my part. We'll put that to pure luck. And there we go, is Chrono boosting the heck out of that warp gate technology here. Second gateway is officially down here. Is getting a sentry up there for defense, so very, very smart. Getting 2 sentries out actually, making sure he has enough force fields there to fend off that ramp there if he does get pushed pretty early here. And we are continuing to pump up Marines here. Both of these are going to finish. We'll see. Probably going to put a reactor on both of them, I would have to imagine here. Or might get into a heavy tech lab type build here, but does look like reactor. And he's going to follow that up on the second one with... I'm going to say reactor still. And it is a tech lab. I'm wrong. There you go. Really could have been anything. This isn't exactly an exact build he's doing by no means here. He's also getting the engineering bay for some upgrades in the back there. So very well done. SONTHEEVES has already expanded here. But of course his opponent will be expanded pretty darn quick here as well. Unless he decides to just pump out SCVs so he can basically saturate the first base first here with both of these command centers here. We will soon find out here as he does have them both rallied to the mineral line here. Not flying it off as of yet here, and he's not building anything either, so maybe trying to determine what he wants to do at this point in time. SONTHEEVES does have the observer nice and early coming out here, does get the scan off, so realizes there's enough of an army down there to where he really can't push ahead at this point in time. So he is not going to do so. The observer's going to get down to the other end here to give him the intel what the army's looking like here. And he's basically going to see that he is also doing a bit of a macro game at the other end here. So should be nothing for SONTHEEVES to worry about either here. There you go. His army will do a little bit of patrolling around the entrance of his base there. That Nexus is slowly going to finish up at this point in time. We do have the robo support facility out there, the robotics bay. So it will allow him to start getting some Colossi out here. Other than that, doesn't have any other technology going on here. So it does look like he's going to go to a Colossi/gateway unit type build. But it does look like he feels he can move out at this point in time here. Does he have any upgrades coming here? Does have the ground weapon level 1 coming out, so he is getting that going along with the factory. And, of course, does have the stim pack done with the concussive shells, so he has his upgrades for his Marines, for his Marauders, and will look to push here. But with proper force fields, might not end up working so well, might not even work with a straight-on engagement, as SONTHEEVES does have a fairly big army here. But will need force fields as he is a little bit down. So here we go. He is going to push ahead here. So there's the force fields trying to split this army off as best he can. They weren't the greatest force fields, but they weren't that bad either here. He is going to put a few more down. Those force fields are definitely very helpful. There's the stim. That stim might enable him to push this army right back here. Does warp in a couple more units. He will need to get those units in here very quickly. This is going to be a little bit of trouble. Tries to get another force field down. That was a failed force field here. And they're going to get right in there. And it was a pretty even battle there. As everybody's going to lose pretty much all their units here. SONTHEEVES ends up fending that off here. So that is a win for him here. The observer flies over, sees that he is continuing with the Marine Marauder type build at the front entrance there. So building himself up somewhat quickly here, is getting the reactor down. So probably going to go into a Widow Mine type build with the starport coming down so he can get some medevacs out. SONTHEEVES at the other end here is going with the Colossi here, getting a couple more gateways down as well here, getting another pylon down, make sure he doesn't get supply blocked. And other than that, there we are pretty much come to a little bit of a standstill. Both these guys are going to macro up a little bit here. Chrono boosting out the probes there. Has the double gas on the expansion here. You do need 4 gas, especially if you were going into a Colossi type build. Only going single robo, so definitely not committing to the Colossi by no means here. Is also getting down another gateway here. So doing very good with the gateway count. I do believe that is 5. Yes, it is, and I can count. Sesame Street has done me well. There you go. Oh, down this end here, he's going to go with 2 more barracks, so definitely committing to the Marine Marauder type build here. I believe medevacs are going to start spitting out here pretty darn quick here, getting some more supply depots down here. Make sure he doesn't get supply blocked. There's ground armor level 1 as well. So Side is doing a fairly good job here. So is SONTHEEVES. Both these guys are very even right now. Nobody really coming out ahead at this point in time. And do not have any other special buildings going down at all. Here is getting the thermal lance, which was to be expected here. Look at everything that's coming out of the other end here. We do have the combat shield, the ground armor level 1, turrets coming down, another engineer bay coming down here, is getting his add-ons, tech lab, reactors. He's got everything going down. SONTHEEVES in the meantime is warping in down at his end here. Does have a Colossi loaded up here, so we'll do the Colossi type drop here. I'm not seeing very often, but will work out fairly good for him. He's going to drop down these sentries too, so he can kind of fend it off, so maybe he can get a supply depot kill here. And medevacs did load up there. They're trying to get up there into the base here. They do use their jet engines for 2 seconds. Not too sure why. Maybe to fly that about 1/4 of an inch move there. And he's going to continue to try and get rid of these supply depots. Good force fields. Very good force fields here to hold him back from hitting his Colossi there, so doing a really good job so far. Amazing what you can do with such little units in your opponent's base when he basically walls himself off his own buildings there. And there goes the stim there, forces him to get out of there. Will end up barely getting out of there. Well, actually did pretty good, didn't actually end up losing a lot of hit points there. Colossi will stay at the other end here. Colossi can obviously go up and down that mountain as he wishes here. He really wants to kill off that other supply depot, basically being an annoyance here. And there you go. Wow, did supply block him here. So that is actually working out for him fairly good here, trying to take out a tech lab. So just trying to take out supply depots, support buildings, stuff like that that really annoys his opponent, forcing him to rebuild a few different things here. There he goes. They're going to jet engine, try and get the kill on this warp prism. Doesn't look like they're going to have enough though. Warp prism does end up getting out of there, and that will pretty much thwart his efforts there. He will end up getting out of there, but he has done his damage down there. Twilight Council is coming down. So going to allow him to get into some Zealot legs, some Blink, or maybe even some Darkies, or could even get into a Templar type build here if he wishes as well. Here, going to give him lots of options here. 3 more pylons going down there, and he also is getting the the gravital drive to speed up that warp prism, I do believe is what that does. Yes, it does there. So he's going to get that warp prism so he can move 90 miles an hour there. So is chrono boosting that out. So really looking to stick with this warp prism type build here. So that's not a bad idea, actually. Going to continue to harass his opponent as much as he can, as he does realize that Terran, it is tough to break through the front door of a Terran a lot of times there. Does have the Viking out there, so the Viking will definitely help to counter out those warp prisms, or warp prism as we are right now, but might get in the warp prisms. And Templar Archives is coming down there, is also getting the Immortal out here. At the other end here, we do have an armory going down here, so might elect to start getting some upgrades, or might even get into a Thor type build here. We'll soon find out. He's doing very well with his probe count here. Let's actually take a look at that. 47, yeah, that's what I figured. So he is doing good. He is up on the Terran opponent. But at the same time, like we say, that those mules, they count as quite a few there. So pretty much even as far as the macro game goes here. Double forge going down. And are getting two more gateways, and the Templar Archives does end up canceling a building there. It cancels another one there. He's just canceling these pylons that aren't quite in the right spot. They're blocking off his units there. So it does end up getting a couple more down. We are getting the scouting factory here, which is very handy there. So we will get that going down at the other end here as well. No upgrades for SONTHEEVES. As you can see, those forges were finishing there. So it is 1-1 for the upgrades there. That also might be the other reason the army went down, is to allow him to get bigger upgrades for his ground army here. And if we take a look here, we're spitting the Vikings. So going to continue with the Vikings here, making sure he can control that air, just in case he does start launching a lot of warp prism. Does scan there, so he knows there's nothing up ahead here. So he's going to make the push here at this point in time here. At the other end here, we are chrono boosting the heck out of that storm there, so he is looking to get into a Templar type build here. So not a bad move by SONTHEEVES. Like I say, you either go with the fair amount of Colossi, or you can jump into a storm type build. Both of those counter off Marine Marauder fairly well here. With these Vikings here, they will be able to control that warp prism, and they will be very good for knocking down these Colossi here. So here we go. Vikings are going to go up ahead. They're going to see what they're in for here. They do see a lot of Zealots with the warp prism. Kill the warp prism with a couple units in it, so very well done there. Doesn't have a lot of Stalkers, and Storm, is Storm done yet? Storm is not done yet, so this is very big trouble with them, as they're going to actually be able to knock these Vikings down with no contest here. There goes one Viking there. Second Viking, or Colossi, sorry. Second Colossi is up there. Not much hit points left on him here. He is going to try and stim his way up the ramp here, and he's going to do a fairly good job. Zealot legs did end up finishing there. I don't know if it's going to be enough. This is a lot of Marine Marauder pushing up this ramp here. Templars are standing there. Templars are not. They're going to warp in Archons, but of course he's too late now. I do believe the efforts were thwarted because he did not get the storm out in time there. If he had the storm out, he might have been all right here, but it does look like the whole army's going to end up going down here. Doesn't have a whole lot of money to try and replenish this. Is going to knock down the pylons, try and unpower everything here. There goes that Colossi there. That's big trouble. He's going to get right into the middle line here. Got a lot of different buildings to help wall him off. It has the choke point there. Really going at him pretty hard here. Zealots are trying to fight their way through there. Some more warping in there. Trying to do their best. I don't know if it's going to be enough. He does have the few Vikings over here. Vikings have not landed, so he's not committing to it. Is going to fly out of there as he realizes there's a ton of Zealots. Then drop him into the expansion here. Get a lot more SCV kills. Going to warp in some more Zealots here. That will force him to fly off. He can continue to go back and forth if he chooses to do so. And he does use another stim and does pick them all up in time here. So the Vikings are continuing to stay around there. Does obviously have these storm out now at this point in time. Just no energy left in his Templar. And way too many Marine Marauder moving down here. This could be very big trouble for SONTHEEVES. Is 119, 263 in the food count here. Does have an Immortal on the field and a lot of Zealots, so a lot of ground army. Templar does not have enough energy here. They stim. They're going to melt through these Zealots very quickly here. There they go. Immortal's going to go down to a 3-shot. And they're going to continue to hit these units here before they can warp in here. SONTHEEVES is forced to give the GG. My congrats to you side. You played yourself one heck of a game. Good attempt. My condolences to you SONTHEEVES. I will leave you guys with this. Remember the Friday challenge. If you're going to be the Protoss, build a Colossi with any other supporting unit of your choice. You may build motherships, but they must stay in your base, cannot be used as part of your offensive army. You can do swarm hosts with any other offensive unit of your choosing. You may build queens. They may not leave your base as well there. Or if you are going to play as the Terran, you must go Hellbat with any other supportive unit. Appreciate y'all for watching. Remember this, when the metal's on the ground, the backhoe's not running because the sun's shining west. Thanks so much for watching. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.